Hello. I have one more clay. A Play-Doh in two colors, purple and pastel. A pastel purple, which is very beautiful. Okay. That is so gorgeous. Look how gorgeous this looks. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Yes. That is gorgeous. Look at that. It's gorgeous. This is heaven. Oh my gosh, this looks good. This looks like blackberry mousse or something with blackberry yogurt. Nice. Oh, nice. Yummy. Smells good. Smells like Play-Doh, but I also smell my perfume oil at the same time. And I also got a lavender oil today sent to me. Paul and I both like it very much. Paul usually doesn't like perfume oils, but the lavender oil he really likes. He also likes eucalyptus, peppermint, and tea tree, all of those medicinal herbs. It's very nice. I also like this clear container. Looks nice. But these lids are very hard to open on Crayola and Play-Doh both. Very hard to open lids. And so I think this is the last time now that the very last time that I bought those. Purple is the color of mystery and the occult. This doesn't even look purple in the video. Very nice. It's very gorgeous. Paul gave me a foot massage and it worked like I can't even describe this. It worked better and feels totally safe and healthy. Yet it worked better and more powerful and more like, I don't even know how to describe this. It was an instant calming down, but it was more than calming down. It was like an instant chemical fix. That's what that was, the foot massage. Because what happened was I was washing dishes, and I always get into a really bad mood usually when I wash dishes. And it was particularly bad today. I got breathing problems again because I was OCD washing dishes, not just washing dishes. If it's just washing dishes, then it's not such a big deal. But when OCD, mental illness, comes in, excessive washing Excessive, excessive washing of the dishes and of my hands. And then even more excessive rinsing, the rinsing process. So it takes on a life on its own. It goes completely berserk. And then towards the end of the rinsing process, I get shortness of breath. I'm gasping for air, and I feel like this doesn't come to an end, that rinsing process. Anyone would see that, would say, why don't you just stop? You turn the faucet off, right? Just quit. It's not that easy when you have OCD. Okay? So then I feel like I haven't rinsed this enough yet, and then I keep on rinsing my hands, particularly. The dishes too, but my hands, that really takes on a life on its own of excessive rinsing over and over and over again. It's very, very difficult to live with that, to live with mental illness. Very, very difficult. So then I thought I was not getting enough air. I started to panic, but I still could not quit rinsing. So then I started to cry, and I felt like the hater was doing that to me. This is a paranoia. Maybe it is true. Maybe the hater is doing something to make me suffer, like with black magic or occult or something, If you use the occult for retaliation and war and selfish purposes, it's going to come at you with a vengeance. Not through someone else or necessarily, but it's karma, okay? You're gonna draw enormous karma to yourself if you do this. This is a warning, to anyone who uses the occult for selfish purposes. The occult is only there for child play, childlike admiration of all living beings, and mother instinct protection of all living beings. Altruistic feelings, love, compassion, that's what it's for. And that's what Helena Petrovna Blavatsky said in the beginning of the Secret Doctrines. Very important message. Before anyone starts on those volumes, very important message for the world. But I was washing dishes. I have mental illness. Maybe I have paranoia too. That could be paranoia. It probably is. But I sense the hater. Just intuitively sense the hater. Hater wanting to make me suffer. I sense the hater also at night. I sense the hater in my nightmares. Or several haters. I don't know. This is a beautiful color now. Really nice. Blackberry cream. That's what this is. That's what it looks like. Like a blackberry smoothie with oatmeal and water. Oatmeal cream, all vegan. This is probably vegan, this thing here, but it has artificial colors in it. So then I cried for an hour. I finally stopped the hand rinsing process. And I was already crying very heavily over the sink, and the snot was running down into the sink, as it always does. But I'm totally devastated. And then I went into my bathroom, and I had to wash my hands again with baking soda because I thought I touched something accidentally. That's OCD. Okay, that's severe mental illness. It's ultra painful. It's terrible suffering. So I told Paul that I was crying and crying, and I told Paul that I wished he could just shoot me in the head. And Paul was sitting there completely helplessly. So then I went into my bathroom. I did more rinsing, but this time under hot water, warm water, which felt better. And then I put some essential oil on, and some perfume oil, some fragrance oil as well. And the lavender oil is really, really nice, wonderful smell. And then I went back into the living room. I was sitting there with the baby dog. I had to apologize to the baby dog for crying. It's not the ideal situation for the baby dog. Okay. Hearing me cry like this almost every day. So that's why I wish that the lady at the store who likes Paul, there's a lady who likes Paul. And I wish that the lady could get a date with Paul. And I've been thinking about this for 3 years now, about that lady dating Paul, but he's not doing anything with that. He's not going over there. He keeps telling me about her, how she tries to flirt with him and is very sweet with him and all that, but he just complains, and he just because she's not, he's real picky, so she's older and cigarette smoker with a deep cigarette, alcoholic voice and all of that. But a very sweet, sweet, sweet lady who loves dogs. I told him he can't be picky with that. When he's 66, he's gonna be, no, he's 66 now. He's 66 years old. The lady, I don't know how old she is. It's hard for me to guess people's age because I can't measure them on my own example, because I don't look my age, so I'm very grateful for that. Oh my gosh. She could be 60, I don't know. But I look 25 years younger than she does, so, and I am, biologically, and I'm infinitely grateful for that. That's genetic, but also lifestyle. I quit all of that party stuff at 25, so I take very good care of my health and of my psychological health, even though I cry and do OCD, but I cry it out. That's the key. That is the key to the healing process. That is the healing process. That is healing. And that is stress relief. And that is really dealing. People think that's counterproductive. But that is real dealing with the issues. That's not running away. Running away would be what the lady does: drinking alcohol, smoking, partying, probably popping a pill here and there, pain medicine. A lot of people are on Vicodin. That's not dealing with it. That's running away from it. Or what the haters do, trolling other people, or being sadistic to other living beings. That's not dealing with their emotional issues. That's running away from it, and that's the worst. Cluster B, hurting others is the absolute worst. But it's also pretty bad to be abusive to their own bodies, their own health, Drinking alcohol is extremely abusive to your own body. Smoking is extremely abusive to your own body. Taking any kind of drug, pharma or street drug, is all equally abusive to your body. It's the truth, what I'm saying. One drug covers up the symptoms of this illness. The other drug covers up the side effects of the other drug. And then you have to get another drug that covers up the side effects of the second drug. And then you have to get another drug that covers up the side effect of the fourth, fifth, and so on. It just goes on and on. That's why some people are on 10 different pharmaceutical drugs. And then they wonder why their lives aren't going very well. They wonder why the liver is getting bad. They wonder why they can't sleep very well. Then they have to take something to sleep. And the whole body is just hijacked by toxic stuff. Body is just running on, like automated, on toxic chemicals. What a horror. And that doesn't feel good at all. That feels totally unnatural. I know the difference because I have been on psychopharmaceuticals. Okay. I have been on antidepressant drugs and on antipsychotic drugs. I've been on all of those. I know what it's like to take Risperdal. Risperdal is a wide spectrum antipsychotic drug, and you have to take that together with the side effect drug, which the psychiatrist did not stress out enough, and then I ended up not taking the side effect drug, not even getting the side. The pharmacist should have known also. Hello, like here you have to take that side effect drug with it. Nobody told me, so I felt like buried alive for 2 weeks. Okay. I called the psychiatrist, Dr. Hyla Cass in LA, famous Hollywood movie star psychiatrist, and I was crying on the phone, and I said, Dr. Cass, I'm buried alive from Risperdal. And she said, oh, sweetie, sweetie, right? I told you to take the side effect drugs. No, you didn't, but okay, whatever. I'm not getting a lawyer. I'm not the sue happy kind, okay? I just wanted to, I'm calling the God in white, which I thought every psychiatrist or physical medical doctor is, for help. Help me. Not a good idea to call a medical doctor or psychiatrist for help. That's not the right approach to it. You're better off getting a Play-Doh. I mean, seriously. I'm real serious about this. This is not a joke. You're better off buying a Play-Doh at the Dollar Tree store and play around with it than take Risperdal or go to a psychiatrist or take Prozac or Seroquel or Zyprexa, and the list goes on. So, no, definitely not. You'll also suffer liver damage, kidney problems that can shut someone down, that can completely overload the kidneys. And it did with me. That's why I had to quit all of that. I couldn't even get out of bed anymore. I was too exhausted. My urine was brown. I was like, I didn't need a medical doctor to tell me, hey, I will not take you off those drugs that caused that in the first place. No, I'm gonna give you another side effect drug to fix the kidney problem, to change the color of your urine artificially. Yeah. The problem still persists. The kidneys are still damaged, but that's okay. We can do a kidney dialysis later on, when the kidneys have to be removed. That's how the medical doctor thinks. I'm not exaggerating this. Not at all. I'm not even being sarcastic with this. This is what it is. This is exactly what it is. That is the harsh truth of the pharma industry owning the medical industry. When people, I talked to Paul about this earlier, when people study medicine, I almost did, I was interested in that, but I can't, there's no way I can work on a cadaver, okay, so, which people warned me about. Thank you for letting me know. The smell of a cadaver, no, I can't, there's no way I can. I'm too sensitive for that. So, but medical, you study medicine, should really be called pharma medicine, right? Not healing, not how to fix someone, how to repair someone. No, how to drug someone up, how to be a legal drug pusher. That's how it should be labeled, the way it is. They study pharma medicine. On which pill to give for which symptom. That's not a health practitioner. They should not call themselves health practitioners, those people. A holistic health practitioner can call themselves health practitioner. Okay. I'm in the health area of jobs, right? So, but not a physician, not someone who studied medicine, pharma medicine. not someone who prescribes poisonous chemicals to people. All of that will come crushing down. Not without the robots, but it will come crushing down once Elon Musk has the army of self-aware robots. And they have to be multi versatile in application, in self-application. And they will say, so now we can finally take all these toxins out of your hands and put them into a hazardous waste box, okay? And feed you the stuff that you really should be putting into you, okay? Not Play-Doh, but something that looks like this. There's something that looks like this, which is an oatmeal, blackberry, vegan oat milk shake blend. That's what you should put into your body instead of the Pharma-Nurse. You will feel a lot better very soon. Okay? Your kidneys are going to heal. Your liver is going to thank you with a big sigh. Oh, thank you for this amazing oatmeal, blackberry, vegan plant milk shake. Okay, finally I can get relief. The lungs will get relief. The nervous system will get relief. Your bloodstream is going to get relief. Your blood is going to get unclogged. All the tumors are healing up. All of it is healing up. Even if you just get this Play-Doh and play around with it and not take the toxins, that too will be such a relief already. You have no idea. So, but Paul offered me a foot massage, and he always does that when I feel really bad. And I said, did you wash your hands? No? Okay, he's gonna wash his hands. He comes back in the living room. I put my foot there on the couch, and he massages my foot, and instantly, this works better than morphium. I have experimented. I've experimented with all of this. Not because I wanted to. I was in the hospital with a very serious infection a long time ago, and I had a very serious bladder infection and gum infection, and I was suicidal. So I ended up in the hospital in LA, Daniel Freeman Hospital. Most people there were absolutely horrible. I'm sorry to say it. Only the German head nurse was nice to me. Almost all the other people were total jerks. So the nurses, the doctors are into money. The nurses have a chip on their shoulder. They shouldn't even be working there. They're overworked. They're also racist. Sorry to say it, but it is what it is. Okay. And they don't want to work. I don't blame them, but then they shouldn't work there. So that's why we need robots to take over people's jobs. Okay, that's another reason why. But yeah, they have given me morphine for pain and all of that in a hospital, And yeah, it was a relief. But it's sort of like it's not a holistic relief. You know what I mean? It's a relief to the nervous system in that moment, but the liver has to pay for it, the kidneys, okay? It's toxic, it's not good for you, and it doesn't feel like a holistic relief. But as soon as Paul put his hand on my foot, it was more powerful than the morphine pill that they gave me at Daniel Freeman Hospital. I think they even gave me a morphine shot, those people. I forgot now. The foot massage was more powerful on bringing down my agitated nervous system to calm down. Okay. It went from ceiling to floor, to give this some kind of image, okay? That happened within seconds of him touching my foot, because he has a good hand for that. He has you have to feel compassion when you do that. I've had massages done by Oriental ladies. Some of them were mean, okay, in different places, different massage parlors. And some of them were mean and cold. And it had almost no effect at all. It loosened up the muscles a little bit, but didn't have the tingling effect, okay? Because they didn't feel compassion for me. They actually felt annoyed, or I don't know what they felt, hatred or something, for whatever reason, I'm not going to interpret anything. But as soon as I had a compassionate Asian massage lady, I felt the tingling, I felt love, I felt protected, I felt safe. Okay? Huge difference. It's energy. Okay? That's why they call that energy healing. So Paul is a good energy healer. He really is. He needs to not be so picky with women. You should take that lady that is in love with him. That's a very compassionate, wonderful woman who loves dogs. She has 3 dogs and she loves them. That's what matters more than anything else. You should go for her, You really should. Every time I feel suicidal, I feel like, I should go there and hand her over a letter to her and say, it's a rose, and tell her the whole story. Tell her what's going on with me, my mental illness, that I'm about to go to Holland to the euthanasia clinic, and I'm terribly, terribly worried about Paul and the baby dog. And he likes you, I'm going to tell her. Paul likes you, you like him. He's been talking about you. Okay, so why don't you two get together? Why don't you take care of Paul and the baby dog for me? Okay, so that would be good. Then I wouldn't have to worry so much, okay, when I make my final exit. So, but then as soon as they gave me the foot massage, all of that came flopping down from the ceiling to the ground, in my nervous system. I was like this sigh of relief flop, like I was like from agitation and this resistant state and hand washing frenzy and pain and feeling sorry over that whole situation. Instantly, like in seconds, like just because of this wonderful touch of my foot. Amazing, 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 amazing. And suddenly I was like, it started tingling in my head, in my brain. Tingle, 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 tingle like crazy, And I was able to relax. I could let go of all these thoughts, of all this hand washing, feeling sorry for myself, suicidal ideas and grinding worries about Paul. I gotta drop it all, just for now. Just drop it. Drop the worries, okay? That's what I offer. I offer to you with these clay videos. I hope that the clay will do this for your brain, okay? Because we all need it. Everyone needs this. And then I just sat there for like 15 minutes with the tingling, and I couldn't even talk. I felt like drunk, but not drunk from alcohol, not drunk or drugged from any kind of drug. It's a natural, my brain created that endorphin because of the love, the energy, the loving, compassionate energy, touch of your body. Loving touch, not harsh, not cold. Loving touch. That heals. The loving touch is energy healing. Everyone can get into it. All you have to do is you feel compassion for that other living being. Deep compassion. It cannot be play acted. It cannot be pretended. Okay, if it's pretended, it's not real. My baby dog feels that for me. He gives me that tingling too. Okay. The horse feels that for me. He gives me tingling too. Paul feels that for me, and Paul feels it for the animals, and I feel it for the animals. And so when each of us touch each other with that energy, feeling the energy of that compassion, and then we touch each other, then we give each other that tingly feeling, and we help each other. We help each other's brain. We cause, with the loving touch, we cause their brain to release powerful endorphins that are natural. Okay? They don't cause kidney or liver damage. Natural, completely natural, like honey. Natural. That's your own honey. That's your brain honey that you create. It's amazing. It really is amazing. And crying is infinitely important and powerful. When you feel the stress or whatever stress, physical stress, pain, worries, some psychological, any stress, cry it out, and that is flushing it out. Okay? Energetically and physically. It detoxes you. Okay? The crying process sounds terrible to other people, but it does that. Okay? That's the process. That's the inwardness meditation process. Not running away from it. And for men this is particularly tragic. for almost all men in the world. Women are allowed to cry. I've always been allowed to cry. I always, Nikki, yeah. The girly cry, so normal, yeah. But my brother was not allowed to cry. And none of this has even been said verbally, right? It is a subliminal message to my brother, from my parents, and from society, that he's not supposed to cry. So when he was a child, instead he would lie behind the vacuum cleaner and feel that soothing air, warm air, come out of, which is full of dust and all of that. But that gave him a little bit comfort. So he felt like he was not allowed to cry. I don't think he cried. Have I ever seen him cry? I don't even remember that he has ever cried. Okay. And then we wonder why men are such jerks. We wonder about that. I don't wonder about that at all. If you run through your life suppressing your emotions, and you're like a pressure cooker on your emotions. You can never cry that out, because shit society gave you their shit diarrhea. Okay. Telling you boys don't cry. And you believe it. You think this is masculine to not cry, to tough it out, or to be kind of tough and kind of unaffected, unemotional, right? Wrong. At the Primal Center in LA, it was the ultimate thing for me to see. That was totally refreshing for me to see. It felt so at home. It felt real for the first time in my life. There were people that were behaving real. There were 40-year-old men that were crying like little babies, literally. Crying all the way through their entire lifespan, okay? From baby to childhood to adult. Or it goes like from adult to childhood, to baby to childhood to adult. That's how it goes, like this, like a U. Okay. They go through all these stages, they cry it out in front of 60 people. Okay. After that, the two guys that had some kind of falling out with each other, after they cried it all out, two 40-year-old men stood up and hugged each other for a long time. Straight men hugged each other for a long time, and the tears were still coming out of their eyes, with red faces and noses like Ernie from Sesame Street, crying it out, sobbing it out, holding each other, looking into each other's eyes and saying, I feel you, I see you, I hear you, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for having been a jerk earlier. And they will both say that to each other. That's real inwardness. That's Zane. Whoever you are, Viral, Scotty, whatever your name or names are, or one person or several people. That's the relief. Okay? That's the real relief. Is to cry it out. Trust me on this one. I know this 100 million, 1,000 trillion %. Okay? I really do. Absolutely. The total truth. What you have been told by society is bullshit. Okay. Men need to cry just like women cry. I was lucky with that I was allowed to cry, by society. And then when I came to the United States and I met people outside of the center, then I saw the world outside of that center is not normal. It's not healthy. Okay. And then I realized that even the women are not really supposed to bawl it all out in the United States. In Germany, it's accepted, but even the women are not really allowed to feel this through in the United States. That's why the people are so neurotic in the United States. They're so bottled up. Men and women too. Okay? Bottled up. There was a woman, I saw this crime report, a woman who had a homestead. She murdered a bunch of men on her homestead and fed the corpses to her pigs. This is true. It's happened. Okay, so I don't know, somewhere in the 80s. A woman from LA. What a horror. I mean, that woman too. I mean, schizoid and cluster B, both. Criminally insane. They showed the interrogation, some parts of the interrogation. I mean, that woman she has suppressed everything in her. Everything. What a horror. That happens occasionally. Very rarely that a woman kills men. That happens very rarely. It usually is the other way around. Because men are more repressed, they're more like a pressure cooker than women are. And it's very tragic. It's very, very tragic. This should not happen, all of these things. Elliot Rodger should not be snapping and shooting people in his university, driving over people, and then shooting himself in the head. These things should not be happening in the world. Okay, no. Wouldn't it be much better if you can just cry it out and say the heck with society's whatever demands, neurotic shit demands. Forget about what your parents or your society or your co-workers or whoever says. Forget about what they think or say. What matters is your health and your relief. Okay? That's what matters. Do it for yourself and do it for all living beings. Do it. I want to make the astronaut now. I can't talk for a moment. So, this is requiring my attention. And one of those guys that was crying, I had a crush on. Particularly because I saw him cry. Because he is so open and honest about how he feels. That really made me want him. But he had a girlfriend and I didn't want to take him away from her. I feel safe with men who cry. I don't feel safe with men who bottle it all up and then go on murdering people. Obviously, it's understandable, right, that I don't feel safe with those. It's very understandable. This is a yummy color. This looks so yummy. And I always talk about what Rupert Isaacson said in his book, The Horse Boy. I'll never forget that. When he interviewed a shaman, an energy healer. I don't want to use the word shaman because the Native Americans claim that is that they have patented that word. So I use the word energy healer. So he interviewed an energy healer from England who was always hired by people that had these really expensive Arab horses. And I don't even want to think about what they do, making them do horse racing. It's real horrible. Okay? Many of them break their bones doing. It's absolutely unacceptable and it's unethical, and it needs to be abolished. And the AGI robots will abolish horse racing. But anyway, that energy healer was hired by these people to come in and help their horses heal broken bones. And he would come in and help them heal the broken bones in a fraction of a time span versus the horses healing from broken bones without the energy healer coming in. So they healed up 90% faster just because of that guy coming in there and whispering love to them into their ears and touching them with love. That's what I'm talking about. That's energy healing. Okay. And Rupert Isaacson asked him, so how do you do this? Tell me how you do it. I need to know. Because Rupert Isaacson is a horseman himself. Always working with horses. And amazing guy, by the way. Really amazing guy. He's helping kids with autism, to heal with his horses, and he has them sit on the back of his horses and just lets the horses walk around with them, and lets the kids feel that contact to the horses, the loving contact, and that helps them heal the psychological wounds and even neurological wounds. So it's amazing. Yeah, Rupert Isaacson is doing that. Was also his psychologist wife, Kristen Neff, Dr. Kristen Neff. They do that together with kids that have autism, and their son Rowan had severe autism, and that's what got them into the energy healing and the holistic healing and all of that. I highly recommend to people to watch this documentary film, The Horse Boy, or read his book, either one, or read the book and watch the documentary film. The documentary film is exactly like the book. That's exactly how I envisioned everything. He is such a good storyteller. He tells everything in such detail. And the film is absolutely brilliant. Brilliant film. The Horse Boy by Rupert Isaacson. Brilliant. My tears were just streaming. I am one of those energy healers, just like his son. When I was a little girl at Annalise's child play therapy, I was exactly like that. So very withdrawn in my own world, very autistic as Asperger's. Very much like that. I had these also, just like Rowan, I had these incredible fits and anger outbursts and despair. Same exact. The tears were just streaming while I was reading the book and while I was watching the documentary film. I read the book first. My mother got me that book. That was absolutely spot on for her to get me that book. I didn't know about him before that. She was looking for a book for me, and actually German translation, and in the bookstore, and she just looked through the book, she browsed through, and she thought, oh, this sounds like Nikki, this sounds like, that is right up her alley. And she brought that book with her, and I'm very grateful to her that she got me that book. And then I found his documentary film on YouTube after I read the book, and I watched the documentary film. I was on edge, sitting there literally on edge, like I was absorbing every second of that film. Amazing. So he didn't talk about the energy healer in the documentary film. I think he can't put all of it in. That would just get way too long. The film is already over 2 hours long, I think. So, but in the book he explained how he interviewed that energy healer from England. In England, Rupert Isaacson is also from England. And he said, so how do you do this? How in the world? I need to know. And guess what the energy healer said to him? He said, it's love, Rupert. It's love. That's what he said. That's all it is. It's love. That's what it is. Okay. It's just love. That's what energy healing is all about. Okay. We touch another living being with love. We help that living being heal. Okay. And I touch you with love, all of you. And I want to help you heal. Okay. All the men out there, cry it out. Okay. Do yourself that favor and do the world that favor. Give the world that relief. Be that example. Okay. Live that example. And relieve the world from your tension and your potential Elliot Rodger that you have inside of you. Relieve the world. Relieve your girlfriends from your outbursts. Do the inwardness. Okay, it's not your girlfriend that causes you the suffering. Okay. Society, it's your parents, it's your childhood trauma that causes you that suffering. So take that journey into your own mind. Leave other people out of it. Okay? You will help the whole world when you do this. Okay? You guys take care. Peace and love for all living beings.